Hey, Aries, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your June 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, wow. Okay, you have a theme going on here in the month of June, and I do see for you, Aries, something that you've been working on healing, recovering from, or that has been challenging or difficult for you emotionally, maybe even mentally. Yeah, you've been going through this for quite some time. Temperance. There is a coming together type of energy. Right in the middle, you have the gifts card, and this is about spiritual gifts. It's about celebrations, gratitude, a surprise coming in, because you have mending, shadow work, and healing. So it does look like a lot of you Aries have been on the mends here. I'm also getting, if you have an appointment showing up, this could be a therapy appointment, a doctor's appointment, some sort of session, or if you are going to get help, or maybe you are the person who is helping or guiding others, there could be a very big surprise coming in for you. And I feel for the better. I almost feel like answers are coming out. 9 of Pentacles, that's pre-Empress. So you may be getting clarity around a situation. There's reciprocity coming in here. And look at that. You have the Sun. So, wow. Yeah, with the mending, shadow work, and healing, those are very powerful energies. They're all coming out together. I've never seen that combination before. So I do feel like you've overcome a lot. Bottom of the deck, you have 8 of Cups. It may have required you, Aries, to leave behind or walk away from something or someone. Some of you may have felt rejected or abandoned in a situation, but it allows you to walk towards the Sun, which I see you doing here. Yeah, it's caused you had to really dip into your determination, your reservoir is what I'm getting, like your emotional reservoir of healing and spiritual self and strength and perseverance, because there was some sort of loss that you had endured here. Now, with the mending card showing up for you as well, some of you may have had surgery, okay? You may have had surgery in the prior months, or there may have been something, I'm getting reoccurring. And as I say reoccurring, you have this spiral. So this could have been either a repetitive illness, or it could have been something that had showed up once and then it showed up again. And I'm getting answers to something that may have been spiraling. It does look like in career for some of you, if you were dealing with a lot of chaos, okay, this is a really good month for you to showcase maybe your own gifts. Bottom of the deck, we have the Face card. This is about skills. It's about fame, reputation, exposure. There is something here self-made within you. And I do feel other people are noticing and recognizing your hard work. Okay, some of you may have felt like you went through a financial struggle as well with the shadow work here. You may have been healing or recovering financially. Maybe you've gone through some form of debt, or there was a personal loss in your world that led to maybe rebuilding or resaving. I'm also getting some of you did go through a little bit of a job loss, or funds were inconsistent in some way, shape, or form, but that is shifting here. I mean, the Sun is a beautiful energy of abundance. Unexpected expenses, something that you may have had to put a little bit of money towards in the past is getting paid off, or you may find that some sort of forgiveness is showing up here for you. You may have been working really hard to put money towards something, whether it was debt, whether it was a credit card, a home, maybe savings. Yeah, you felt like you were in competition here in some way, shape, or form, but I do see that you are making progress. Debt paid, there it is. Yeah, something that this could be karmic debt being paid as well, possibly in a dynamic or a relationship. All right, we're just getting all your cards out here before we move on further. Right away, we have the Gem, we have the Underworld, and we have the Mother. Powerful energy. We'll see how those play out for you as well. So starting off, Aries, we have the Mending card. We have shadow work, we have healing, bottom of the deck. So there is something coming together here. You have gone through a couple of Humpty Dumpty moments, right? You fell off the wall in a few ways. And I feel like forgiveness was very important, or is important here. And forgiveness is for ourselves, not the other person. I'm also getting that Ho'oponopono prayer. Some of you may have been practicing that Hawaiian prayer. Maybe it's something you've never heard of, but you are going to look into, or it could help you if you want to look into that. There is also here surgery of some sort. This could be psychic help, psychic surgery. Some of you may have even been under some sort of energetic attack or psychic attack. I mean, that sounds way over here, but what that really means is there may have been other people draining your energy and perhaps you weren't aware of it, okay? Sometimes we can have a lot of energies coming at us. If we're in the public eye or in relationships, this can be due to jealousy. This can be due to other people's projections, maybe even family trauma. So I feel like you are releasing some energies that have really been causing you distress here in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting teeth. There's something with the teeth. Maybe some of you are getting teeth done in some way, shape, or form. Maybe a bridge, or maybe a cap, or teeth whitening, or maybe you grind your teeth. Maybe you've had some jaw issues. There's something with teeth. I mean, that could resonate for some of you around speaking, right? Because sometimes we clench our jaw or we hold back. So perhaps communication is something of importance here. Maybe this is speaking up or gaining closure by, letting something out, right? Letting it out, even if it is screaming into a pillow or getting outside in nature and singing as loud as you can in the car, whatever it may be. I feel like there is something here with the mouth, the throat, and the jaws or the teeth. Okay. We do have here the shadow work. So some of you have gone through, excuse me, a lot of inner healing. And as I say that, my throat, excuse me, is acting up here. So this could be about not holding back. Some of you may have felt like you've had to hold back in the past. You may have felt like people weren't listening to you or understanding you. I'm also getting gaslighting. Okay, some of you may have been in a karmic relationship or in some form of toxic relationship where you felt unheard, or people were invalidating your feelings or telling you what you're thinking is not correct, or you're crazy for thinking the way that you do. And I feel like you've had to work through that. This is also about buried emotions. This could be addictions that you have overcome in this lifetime, or you're working on overcoming, whether that's substance abuse. It could be, addictions to anything. It can be food. It can be social media. It can be shopping. Anything where we tend to avoid what's right here because we don't want to look at it because it's scary. I feel like a lot of you have done some deep digging and done some big shadow work, whether you're aware of it or not, you have. And I feel like your inner healing, you're coming to a place where things that may have really triggered you or bothered you in the past no longer do, or the things that you may have tried to escape, right? Escapism, those things you're not running from anymore, or they're a second thought for you now. Now you do have healing showing up underneath. So this is what you have been working on here. You have been working on possibly healing the heart. You have the King of Cups showing up here for you, Aries. This is recovery, closure, Reiki. Some of you may be attuned to Reiki. You may be working with alternative therapies, alternative forms of healing, some form of loss or grief, because we do see the Five of Cups here. This could be support and getting back into a better health. I'm getting singing bowls, drumming, musical notes, sound therapy here for you. Maybe singing is therapeutic, or music in some way, shape, or form is therapeutic. This could be You also working with maybe the solfeggio frequencies. I'm picking up on a lot of music, and that also kind of corresponds right there with that jaw energy. So maybe some of you had some sort of tinnitus or ringing in the ears. Okay, that I'm seeing that. But let's get to the good juicy stuff here is we see where you've been. We see that there's been some form of, healing that's been taking place. But smack dab in the middle is this gifts card. This is spiritual gifts. This is gratitude. It's surprises showing up here, celebratory energy, because you are in a way celebrating some sort of mending, some sort of, loss that you've gone through. It's as if it's a new day has dawned with the sun. This is a gift from the universe. If you have been really struggling to make ends meet, or you've been struggling to, get that new job opportunity, or if you've been going back and forth in a relationship, or your heart has been on the mends, healing, I feel like this is a really beautiful month for you to stay present and celebrate how far you've come on your journey. And I do see that not only do you have gifts and you are a gift, just your energy and being alive and breathing here on earth is a gift. There's a gift coming in from the universe, and it is, I feel, quite significant here for you. Some of you, it is maybe becoming a mother. Okay, because we do have the mothering. For others of you, look at that. We have the underworld. Well, that is really loud. Okay, we have the underworld, and that can also be shadow energy here. So it's almost as if you're not letting something get the best of you. The mother is actually holding the pearl. It's like the mother of pearl, right? And pearls are formed, under, time and energy and a lot of pressure, kind of like that diamond. And I feel like you are seeing the pearl come out of a situation that's taken a long time to really recoup. And there's the gem, right? There's the diamond. Beautiful. So I like this energy starting off, even though it looks a little heavy. We all go through heavy things, right? And one of my quotes is we can either become bitter or we can become better, but we also have a choice to as they say, suffering, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And you're saying, I'm not suffering any longer. There is an energy here of moving beyond the pain and turning that into gain in some way, shape, or form. We have the Temperance card showing up here, Aries. Temperance is the temperance angels, right? This is angelic support. You see the angel in the background. Temperance is also about self-control, about blending energies, moderating. It can also be about, addictions as well. And we see that coming in. Like, what am I really needing to balance out in my life? Where have I taken something to the extreme? Is this in your thoughts? Is this in your, personal life, your career, in your, eating habits, your health habits, whatever it may be? Temperance is coming in to bring things back into balance here, because it's almost as if you've been going through it for quite some time. Okay, so I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you see here the moon and the sun, and we're seeing both the moon, the shadow, the dark, and the light in your reading. So whatever this has been for you, it is coming into balance. I am getting here some sort of maybe personality shift or disorder, or some of you mental health, or you were dealing with someone with maybe a mental health issue as well. I'm not a medical professional. Please see the disclaimer in the description box below. But I do feel like you may have gone through a lot of maybe mental illness in family dynamics, or around people that you were emotionally connected to, or even within your friend circle or company, work. I feel like there's been a lot of that back and forth. Like, you're thinking, does this person, are they okay? But here you are. healer Aries, wanting to heal everyone and really come to this place of spiritual wokeness and enlightenment. King of Cups is someone who's very loving, very supportive, very emotionally intelligent. This is someone who could be a healer, or you could be, going towards this person. We said this in the very beginning as well. So this could either be you as the healer, and the reason why you're so good at what you do is because you've gone through it, right? And that's part of your gift. And it's not just something that, you don't have any experience in, you do. So for example, maybe you grew up with some form of addiction and you decided to go on and be a, AODA counselor or a therapist or, a mentor for people suffering from addiction. Or you may have, decided to go into the nursing field or some sort of healing profession, even if it's not for your career. It could be in your own personal life. Maybe you've decided to take classes on, alternative medicine, Reiki, energy work, hypnotherapy, EMDR. You've decided to try these things to become a better, more emotionally intelligent version of yourself, Aries. So King of Cups is powerful. It's someone who doesn't let their emotions overrule them, but at one point they did, right? They have to grow into learning and controlling that side of them. And that's what the Temperance is all about here. So it takes time to get to this level of emotional intelligence. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now when it did come out, I was getting a little bit of wonky energy, like, ooh, I don't know if I want to be in the upright or the reverse here. And so I'm going to talk about a little bit of both because we can swing, and we're seeing the shadow and the light here. Sometimes this can be the card in reverse of codependency, right? It can be about trauma bonds and karmic relationships and feeling like we need someone else to complete us or make us happy, right? But the flip side, the positive side of the Nine of Pentacles is very bountiful. It's one of my favorite energies. When she's in her high vibration, she's pre-empress here, and she is someone who creates a life that she loves, whether she's single or in a relationship. She realizes that anything external is the cherry on the top, right? She is someone who is self-sufficient, hardworking, material wealth is here for her. She enjoys, her own sense of security and safety and wealth. She's not dependent on others. And I feel like for some of you, that may have been part of what you were healing or maybe even breaking free from. It may have been a very difficult lesson for you, Aries, but I feel like a lot of you are coming to this place where you're able to stand on your own 2 feet if you're not already. And, your hard work, this is feeling confident, right? Feeling confident of what you've created in the physical material world, including taking care of your own body, taking care of your own health. This is, a sense of accomplishment. Nines are about accomplishments. You've accomplished a lot in the material world. So pat yourself on the back here because you're finally coming to a point here where there's reciprocity. This is 6 energy. This is June. So something may have been 6 years, like 6 years in the making. For some of you, maybe 60, right? Oh, that's a long time. Or 6 decades, right? Maybe you're 60 years old for some of you. I am getting 6 being a very strong energy. 6s are beautiful. They're harmony. They're problem solving. It's also lover's energy. We see... I'm just seeing if there's another 6, but even in tarot, the 6 of Wands is, happiness and success. 6 of Cups is nostalgia and kindness and inner child. The 6 of Pentacles here, reciprocity. 6 of, what are we missing? The 6 of Swords is leaving behind situations that are challenging. So 6s are very prominent here. You may even have, life path, this number, or a personal year, or you may see 6s a lot in your own life. Or that could be something that reminds you when you see those showing up that your life is coming into balance, right? This is about unexpected resources. It is the card of a gift from the universe. You can see the hand reaching out from the divine and placing here some pentacle. So this could be finances. This could be a new home. This could be health. But there's a balance taking place between the two here. And that does confirm the gifts card showing up, gift from the universe, and there it is. something you've been wanting because you've been really putting in a lot of effort, a lot of energy towards your growth, towards your development, and you're being rewarded here. There's the sun showing up in full upright position. When the sun shows up here, this is strong Leo energy, which we're seeing twice. Some of you may have some strong Leo placements in your chart. I do see here Sag with the Temperance, but Leo season is July, end of July through end of August. So there could be a lot of changes between now and the end of August that really bring you a lot of happiness, okay? In matters of the heart, right? A desire for doing what you love, for being around people that you love, maybe attracting more love into your world, Aries. The Sun card is about happiness, it's abundance, it's success, it's good health. It is sharing your life with people that, bring out the best of you, not the shadow side, not the fight or flight, not the, wounded ego part of you. And I feel like some of you may have gone through that in the past, or you may have been in dynamics, environments, relationships that really had you struggling in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, this is healthy ego as well. This is center of the universe here where you are shining your light brightly. You have powerful gifts. You are meant to share with the world, Aries, not hold back because you've gone through it. And even though there's been cracks in your foundation, those cracks are what makes you unique. And those cracks are what's going to help you heal the world. So some of you may have shied back from your gifts, right? You may have not told your story in some way out of fear or out of, rejection, abandonment with that 8 of Cups. But Spirit is saying now is the time. Speak up for what you want. Share your story. Open up to your gifts. This is healthy ego. It's confidence. It's abundance. It's your time to shine here. Now, these two cards came out together, and I figured they would because I was seeing here a lot of strength that you've overcome, because this is what we need to get through the challenges in life, right? The strength is the energy of compassion. It is the energy here of softness. We see both the duality of man and beast, right? We see the lion, we see the strength, the courage, the determination, but we also have the primal needs of man here on earth. And how do we find and blend? How do we stay compassionate through, some of those deepest, darkest moments? So when the strength shows up here, this is your inner strength shining through with self-discipline and knowing your shadows so you don't sabotage, so you don't succumb to weaknesses, but you shed light on them so you can grow and be a stronger version of yourself. And then I'm getting that quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And we see that you've gone through it. A lot of you, 5 of Cups is depression. It is, bitterness. It's disappointment, broken heart, betrayal. It's emotional loss. There may have been mourning, regret, grief. You've gone through something very tragic, very disappointing. But the strength here backing you up is saying you're coming out on the other side stronger, more powerful, and more determined because you didn't break here. Right? You didn't break, and it felt like you did, right? You'd certainly cracked, right? Some of you have cracked with all the cracks in the foundation here, but you are living in a way that it's almost as if I feel, Aries, you have compiled 3 lifetimes into one. And some of you, this could be your last contract on earth. You could be a very old soul. And sometimes we do that, right? Sometimes we can pull in many different challenging lessons because we don't want to come back to earth, right? Earth is one of the most challenging and difficult energies to grow and evolve. It really is. And so some of you have gone through a lot of heartache, hardship, but the good news is you may decide to, explore other lives in different places that aren't so difficult. All right. So when it comes to career, you have moves to make, right? This is strategizing, or you have been strategizing. This is wise spending. This is long game, long term, retirement, right? Military, you may have military in your background. You may be a very powerful, strong leader. Okay, you've been thinking something through here for quite some time with that Sagittarian energy, but also chess is a game not to be rushed. It's not like, checkers, and this is something you got to think about, but it's not just, one move. You think about how to protect your king and queen, your kingdom, right? And it's using all the players in the game. It's not just one player out for oneself. This is Emperor and Empress energy. You have here the gold bar, the spiral, and the gears. I like all of these. I don't see the death card. I don't see, endings. This does talk about solid finances. It talks about investing. Where are you investing your time, your energy, your money? Some of you, there is something here about being backed by gold or maybe gold bars, okay? Or maybe you have some sort of gold coins, okay? Maybe that has to do with crypto. Take it as it resonates. But this is banking, okay? Banking, long-term. I'm also getting here like retirement plans or money backed up for your retirement or long-term growth. This is satisfaction as well. And some of you, this is your dream, and Spirit is saying keep going, because you are getting to that 9 of Pentacles, if you're not there already, where you are creating a sense of fulfillment and completion, where you'll have more than enough to be able to live that life of abundance, whatever that may mean for you. You have the gears and the spiral. So expect for things to either pick up or maybe be a little busy for you in the month of June. It may be that you're climbing the ladder, okay, corporate ladder, or if you are a business owner, you may see more clientele or an increase in production. If you've been working really hard, you may be taking some downtime in the month of June. Maybe you are taking some time off. This is, also about hard work, right? But being able to enjoy your hard work. And that's what that 9 of Pentacles does as well. She creates a lot of wealth and, a lot of abundance, but she also knows when to chill, when to relax, when to, eat grapes off the vine and lay in her hammock and just relax and smell the roses and enjoy life. So some of you may be doing that here in the month of June. This is also putting some plans into motion because I am getting here action. I'm just wondering if that's showing up. So some of you, it's almost as if something can run itself, because I'm seeing the gears. And it's like once you turn on, let's say a toy, for example, right? A toy that is able to, you turn it on and then it like a remote control car. It's like it can run itself, or you need to control it. But I feel like you either are creating something that regenerates income, but you don't have to be there. So for example, maybe you've written a book, or maybe you have online classes, or perhaps you are a business owner, but you have people who can run it for you. I feel like there is that energy of taking a little bit of time off because something is still going to run without you being present. I'm also getting someone possibly revisiting a job. There could be a new promotion coming in here. This can be connections, networking, putting yourself out there in some way, shape, or form in order for you to get money flowing again, okay? And I say again because I feel that there has been maybe like you flatlined in some way, shape, or form when it comes to money. Like I've been making this amount of money, but I can't live off that anymore. I need an increase. And I feel like there is an increase here showing up. All right, Aries, let's look at love. We have worth waiting for. There's the Temperance Angel. Some of you, if you've been single for quite some time and you have been working on your finances, working on your life, your healing, your health, your self-development, your shadows, there could be a gift from the universe coming in the form of love. I'm getting Ace of Cups. Even though I don't see it here, there is something. I mean, it could be a friendship. It could be a pet. It could be a lover. It could be, a new family addition. But I do see here, it's going to be worth it, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Next, we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Put yourself out there. Be vulnerable. That's that strength card as well. It is the card of, vulnerability. Vulnerability, as Brene Brown says, is our greatest strength, which it really is. Opening our hearts up, even though we could get sucker punched, we could get our heart ripped out, we could get stomped on, we could get, any of those emotions that we don't want to feel. We try to bypass, we try to put up walls, we try to listen to our intuition. But it does require vulnerability and a willingness to allow what's supposed to, manifest and occur, to trust and surrender. And that takes strength to also go in that, that energy, that direction. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So yes, some of you are taking a vacay, or you are disconnecting from, again, I see the gears. So something is still able to run. You could be taking some paid time off, or, maybe just some time off from what you normally do. Maybe it's your responsibilities. Maybe it's work. Maybe you're getting out of town for a bit. But I do feel retreat is necessary, and maybe a little more sunshine for you in your future, Aries. We do have here, keep an open mind, and we have love yourself, which is interesting because bottom of the healing, we do have self-love. Some of you could even be going on a healing retreat because you have healing, you do have retreat here. So maybe this is some form of spiritual retreat, yoga retreat, ayahuasca. It could be even a solo retreat. Some of you could be going someplace by yourself or with a loved one, but I feel if you have that planned, or if you're thinking about, going someplace that is spiritually enlightening to you, this is a big yes. It's a big yes with the sun. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Now, what I'm getting is a very powerful message here for some of you. Because you've chose self-love over maybe codependency or over giving, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Now, here's the story I'm getting here for some of you. You may have been in toxic or shadow or karmic relationships in the past, or maybe you're in one right now that you are going to walk away from. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at what we have here. We have a Queen of Cups. So some of you are leaving behind a relationship, or you are walking towards one. Okay. One of the two, take it as it resonates for you. It's been a long time coming though, is what I'm hearing, because we have a counterpart. We have the King and the Queen of Cups showing up. Okay. So what I'm getting is, if you've been in a situation that's been toxic, challenging, difficult, someone has struggled with mental health, or maybe your mental health has deteriorated because of going through some stuff here, I see that there's healthy available, but it may be foreign to you. You may think, is this really right? And that's what that card means. Is your soulmate's going to differ from all of those energies that you may have attracted in the past, right? Because you've ascended, you've raised your vibration. You needed to learn some very valuable lessons. Your soul's blueprint already already knows what you needed to learn. And I'm getting like level complete, like you've completed what you've set out to conquer or complete. And you are walking towards a healthier dynamic, a healthier relationship, including relationship with self. That's the most important here. But it may seem a little bit foreign for you because you're thinking, well, does that person really like me? Or they're acting in a way I've never seen before. And it may bring up some triggers for you. It may bring up some shadows. But I feel like you are aware now. You're emotionally more intelligent now, where you're able to see things and work through them. And your partner is also able to, create a safe environment or safety or some sense of, security to help you grow and evolve. If this is someone new coming in, or if you're in a relationship where you're creating that safe space together. Okay. This is very beautiful energy. I'm loving this for you. All right. What else do we have? We have unexpected expenses. This is something you've been maybe throwing some money at or trying to save up for. Okay. But the good news is we have, it's because it could be credit card for some of you. We have overspending here. So maybe you've overspent in the past. Someone may have ran up some credit card debt. It may have been during maybe COVID, or you were with someone who overspent. And I see that being paid off because your final card here is debt paid. Your outcome is. So some sort of expense that maybe you were expecting, maybe you weren't, maybe you were trying to get out of for quite some time. This could be a mortgage. It could be, some sort of financial distress. If you've gone through it with the mending and the shadow, something is being paid, or you're getting closer and closer to your goal, which is having something paid off. Now, we do see some overtime here, and that could coincide with the gears and things feeling like they are busy. Some of you may even have more than one job, or you run a big company, or you may be building a business on the side with your corporate job. I do see you working hard to create a sense of long-term financial growth and stability. You're getting there. You have the competitive card here, competition, but I actually really love this card because this is what competition should really be about, not cutting each other down, right? You'll never ever hear me talking negatively about another tarot reader on YouTube, because we all have our own unique gifts. We all have some sort of gift that we bring to the table, including you, Aries, and it's important to uplift each other. There's so much, negativity and hate and condemning and pointing fingers and judging and criticism and all of the Six of Wands in reverse, right? Because of jealousy. There's so much shame or humiliation because we see maybe a certain side of people, but we also know, as we see in your reading, that everyone has that shadow, things that they're working on as well. And when we tend to degrade or point fingers in a negative manner with the competition, it really, it can create more difficulties, more challenges, not just for that person, but for themselves as well, whoever's dishing it out and who's receiving it. So why not uplift each other? Right? Why does it have to be negative competition? Why can't it be more healthy competition? Okay, I do see that showing up. Now, for some of you, this has to do with workplace competition, right? And you're saying, Melissa, I'm not going to help this person. They just got some mental health stuff going on. There's some mending. They got a loose screw. I just don't want to deal with it. And that's okay. We can choose what to kind of work with, what energies we want to work with, based on the vibration that they're throwing out, based on the vibration that we're matching. And if it doesn't match with us, just walk away from it. And a lot of times you'll realize that if you're vibrating at a higher level, you're not even going to attract that energy at all. Sometimes it's unavoidable, right? It could be a family member that you live with. It could be, someone at work. But for the most part, you can avoid that energy because you're just not vibrating at that frequency. All right, let's take a look here. What we're going to do, because typically I only like to pull one of these cards. You do have the underworld, you have the mother, and you have the gem. I'm actually going to look in the guidebook, and the first one that pops up is the one we're going to read because these aren't necessarily labeled. So we're going to see whatever page I turn to. Whatever one pops up is the one. Okay, we have the gem showing up here. So this is the first one. I absolutely love this deck. I don't use often, but boy, it's powerful. It is the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. So this is the diamond. It's the gold. It's the inner treasure. And we actually have the gold here. So I like how this resonates so far. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. One thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly, deep in the earth, amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface where there is no definite map. There's the shadow. Ooh, you guys, this makes sense. And there's the underworld. So this is all coming together. Maybe we should look at the other ones. It says here, discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface where there is no definitive map. Yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging. The moments of your life that glimmer are clues to where the gem resides. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of another. The gem is like a fingerprint, never to be repeated again. Find yours. That could be that competitiveness that we see showing up. Perhaps some of you could feel like, why do they have that? Why do they have the relationship or the job, right? It's not to be coveted because you have your own gems here. In mythology, the diamond is often linked to the daemon or inner light that leads us towards our true self, our purpose, our destiny. And that's the shadow, that's the light that we see in your reading. You can't make this up, you guys. When this is showing up in the upright version here, it's unique, it's shining, it's generative, it's irreplaceable. When it's showing up in the dark, it's envy, it's greed, it's grasping. If you want to go deeper in this energy, Legend of the Crystal Skulls, Leonard Cohen's Diamonds in the Mind, those are things you could look up if you want to go a little bit deeper. Okay, so this is a powerful energy here for you, Aries. You know what? I'm actually going to just take a quick look because we also have Pearl. I do want to dive a little bit into, let's just see what one pops up. The next one that pops up, we're going to read, whether it is the underworld or the mother. What do we need to know here? Okay, we have the underworld. This is the nightmare, the ordeal, the bottom, because this is where maybe you've come from. So maybe looking at this, you'll understand a little bit deeper with the underworld showing up. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. It's the darkest shadow realm. And we have the shadow work showing up here, but because we have the light, it's like you're seeing beyond. Everything we're about to say here in the underworld may start to make sense for you, Aries. It's the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny. And we talked about that. We said avoidance, escapism, right? Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength, there's that strength card, we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, right? Taking a look at the enemy within, right? Taking a look at the shadow. We talked about that here as well. Making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. Whew. You guys, I have major goosebumps, major emotions going through me here. I'm going to repeat that. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. Aries, you are powerful. This is bravery. This is depth. This is facing of your deepest fears when you're standing in the light. For those of you that still feel haunted by the shadows, it's denial, it's suppression, it's unconsciousness. If you want to dive deeper into this energy, read Meeting the Shadow, edited by Connie Zweig and Jeremiah Abrams. It says, search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What does the story of epic descent stir in you? One of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent. Turns out descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. Wow, that is powerful energy here, Aries. I almost want to look at the mother, but we won't. I feel like this is Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. This is that unconditional love. This is the mothering within you. Maybe some of this underworld has to do with your own mother wounds as well, or feeling unlovable, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected. Remember that you are the pearl, that you hold that innate wisdom within. Aries, that is what I have for you. This was a deep, profound reading that kind of took us to the next level here. But I feel if you're still listening, it's because you are emotionally intelligent enough to understand, to recognize, and to resonate with the deepest, darkest pieces. And also know that your calling here is to bring that light and to stand in it. That is what I have for you, Aries. If you guys like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in, Aries, and happy June.